So I'm here today at Hungry Hallow. It's a fossil collecting site south of London, or south-ish of London, and I thought I'd just show you what I've been finding. So this place is kind of famous for trilobites, and I can show you what I found for my trilobites. So this was the first piece I found. It's just a partial headpiece of a bigger trilobite. You can see where my thumb is at. That's one of the eyes, and then that part is the nose, and then a whole bunch of smaller ones. Got some partial ones, a lot of heads, a couple tails, a couple just pieces of heads, and then I was gifted this one by one of the other people collecting here, a little roller. So this one will probably be almost all whole, and it's just curled up, and it got fossilized that way. And of course, here's some more of the interesting stuff, some corals, crinoid stuff. I'm not that well knowledgeable in this stuff, so it's all fascinating to me. I just really want to collect stuff. And here, I'll just show you what you're looking at, like what. So this is the bottom of the pit right now. Yeah, see, I can show you guys over there. So that's the sides of the pit, and this is the bottom, and you just kind of look and you can see different things. Like you can see, I really don't know the names of these, so I'll have to put names in here. I've got a couple more whole ones that I found, you can see. But yeah, you just look for anything that catches your interest. And actually, I see something right here, this little blue piece. Now this blue stuff is special because it's, from what I've been told, it's fish bone, or it's armor plating, but I think this is fish bone. This looks like, I found a couple pieces already in here. I found 4 fragments of fish bone. I think this is my 5th one, so that's quite cool. But yeah, you just kind of look, and you just look for anything of interest. And then with trilobites, you kind of look for the head shape, and then the tails. Let's see, the curler. So you can see here, this is the tail section. You see how it's almost like segmented, almost like a potato bug, if you know what those are called. I think some people call them roly-polies. They're all different names. In Dutch they're called pissabed, which sounds kind of offensive in English, but that's what they're called. But yeah, you just kind of look, and you see if you find anything interesting, and sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't. What's this? Nothing. But yeah, that's what you're basically doing. And then on the edges, I can't show you right now because there are people there and I don't have the permission to video, but at the edges you can find more stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with what I found so far. I found a whole bunch of trilobite pieces, and hopefully I'll find some other cool stuff. I'll show you if I do. Ooh, that's actually really cool. Look at that. I think I'm gonna keep that. But yeah, I'm gonna probably go to the edges and see. There's a lot bigger stuff. There's like bigger corals, so maybe I can find something interesting. But who knows? I'll get back to you guys if I do. I'm back at home. I thought I'd just show you a couple more interesting pieces I found after I did my recording at the pit. So first guy is, let's get it in the sun. It's a nice little ammonite, or a piece of an ammonite. I hope you can see the nice little segmentations of it. It's pyritized. That's why it's this kind of dark, kind of bronzish, shiny bronzish color. Bronze-ish. There we go. Yeah, that was cool. And then, very closely in the same area where I found that ammonite, let's see if this focuses nicely. It's a Crinoid Head, which is it's a rarer find, and it's even got, hopefully you can see the where my thumb is at. You can see the stalks. It's even got some of the stalks still on it, which is really cool. And this one's also pyritized. And then last but not least, basically the best piece. This is a crinoid head as well. but it's a much larger, and it's a different species than the one I showed you. And this is a much rarer one than the one that I just showed you. You can see on the back, it's actually got these plates. On the back, it got crushed. So usually it's more, I think they, sorry, that focus. If I remember correctly, they said it's much more of a squarish shaped crinoid head. But this one has been crushed on this side. You can see how the segment plates have been pushed in. But this is a very uncommon find. They say around one of these is found at the place we were at, Hungry Hallow. Please keep focused. So I'm very happy about this guy. Let's see, it's in the sunlight. It's a very cool find. It was in 2 pieces when I found it, so I'm gonna clean it up and then glue it back together so that it's whole again. But it's a very cool find. I'm very happy with this. But yeah, besides that, I'll after the my cleanup, I'll show more. Come on. Focusing on the background and not the thing that I wanted to focus on. So yeah, I'll show you guys what the stuff looks like when it's cleaned up. Here are all my finds from Hungry Hallow, all cleaned up and repaired. I had a couple pieces that were that I found broken that I took home and repaired because they were so special. But starting here with the bigger corals, got a whole bunch of. I'll have to put the species name in the corner up here. I'm not a fossil guy, so I have to do some. I'll have to do some research and asking around to figure out the names of these guys. But here are some of my nicer pieces. I believe this is a type of horned coral. See, the head is nice and intact, and it's got the nice, come on, focus. Nice features in there. Skins on there. Because actually, this coral, this is a good example. You see this side, how it's got this kind of almost rings. And this side is exposed and kind of striated. So it had some kind of outer skin. And some of the pieces are missing the outer skin, and some are not. But yeah, these are all different things of coral. Moving on to here, I've got some Brachiopods here. I'll throw up the names in the corner again. I've got these really nice little button corals. And the reason they're called button corals is they only really get the size of a button, and if they get any bigger, that's pretty rare. I've got some, like, I guess you could call this like a fossil plate, where it's just a mix of fossils and corals and stuff. This one's mainly, it looks like it's a whole bunch of crinoid pieces. If you can see all of that, that's a whole bunch of stuff from crinoids. I've got some more corals. This is an interesting coral. It's a really flat one. Reminds me of stuff I saw in Indonesia when I went snorkeling there. And then I've got the smaller stuff. I found this place has a lot of small stuff, and a lot of stuff that is actually pyretized. Any of the kind of dark brown shiny stuff is pyretized. So this is, I think this is some kind of squid piece, or ancient squid, shelled squid. I think so. I'll have to look it up. But this is pyretized. You got all bits of crinoid pieces. Like this guy, this is a piece of pyretized crinoid stem. These discs are also parts of crinoids. Some of them are really cool. They got like cool details where they... Come on, focus, buddy. They got these ridges and bumps on them. Let's see if I can find any other ones I can show you. They elude me. Ah, there's one. This one's really cool. There we go. I find it. There's stuff in the background that doesn't want to focus properly. You can see the spikes along there. That's a bit of crinoid. And I've got like smaller brachiopods like this guy. It's got a cool shape to it. I have to get like the names of the stuff. But yeah, lots of cool stuff. Lots of little cool stuff. Interesting little, I think this is a brachiopod or maybe it's a clamshell, I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Some really cool fossilized coral bits. Some really cool ones that got some really like cool textures to them. You can see that nicely. And then here up in the corner, I've got my what I consider the coolest stuff. So here, this stuff here are all fishbone fragments. So fossilized fishbone fragments. Then this stuff here is pieces of trilobites. You can see like the heads here. This is one of the nicest trilobite heads I got. If it could focus nicely. Oh, come on. There we go. Nice little trilobite head. So it would have had a head and a tail like this. This is the tail of a trilobite. And then there's a nice little, so I showed you those crinoid pieces. So crinoids, they have, if this can focus properly, come on. They have these heads that have little arms on them. You can see this one. So the bottom part is the head. And you can kind of see the stalks, the partial stalks that are still preserved at the top. And I think I mentioned this one's pyritized. It's got that same golden brown. This one's really cool. It's small, but it's really cool that you find this, because this is rare at Hungry Hallow. And then this is another crinoid head, much bigger. I believe this is a different species from the one I was just showing you, or at least that's what the other people there who were much more knowledgeable than me said. You can see actually here on the back, whenever it died or got buried under the sediment before it fossilized, it got crushed. So you can actually see the individual segments of the crinoid head, because this is actually a segmented crinoid head. And you can see the bumps on the top. That's where the arms would have attached. And once again, I'll put try and put the species name in the top if I can find it. But yeah, this is apparently rarer than this one, this small guy. But yeah, it's really cool stuff. I really actually enjoyed collecting at Hungry Hallow. Met a lot of cool people. I definitely, if you're in Ontario and you're part of any of the rock clubs, because I think that's the only way you can get access to this place is if you're a member of the mineral or fossil societies in Ontario. I would definitely recommend, if you've got time to go on a trip there, do it, because it's a lot of fun. You'll meet a lot of cool people and you'll learn a lot of stuff. But yeah, that's my finds for my first trip to Hungry Hallow and my first trip fossil hunting. I'd say that it was pretty successful. So I'll leave you guys here. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of content, please think about subscribing if you haven't subscribed. And please also like the video. Thanks, and see you guys later.